Hey travel fam, it's me, Travelingtio. Welcome back to my channel. So I have traveled over 30 countries and I have a new trip coming up in a few days. And this new trip, I'm gonna hit 4 new countries in the span of about like 20 days. So we're gonna go over and see how Travelingtio packs. And we're gonna talk about a few travel tips that I use in my adventures. So keep watching to see how Travelingtio packs and to hear all my travel tips. They might help you on your next trip. Thank you. It might seem light, but I'm just traveling with a carry-on and a backpack, as you can see. Always make sure to grab clothes that you can mix match, and that will save you a lot of space. I always recommend use travel cubes. They're so convenient. Each one, depending on the size, can fit up to like 5 to 7 or 8 clothing items. This saves so much space in your bags. I'm taking 2 pair of shoes and 3 with the ones that I will be wearing. So 3 pair of shoes and flip-flops. Always a few hats. I don't know about you, but I always carry a hoodie when I travel, just because airports and airplanes are normally cold. So now we're gonna go over the questions that you're gonna see on the screen. I use a combination of websites and apps. The 2 websites that I use for flights, Google, and an app called Hopper. This app might not be available in your country, FYI, but it's an application that you search for your flight and you put it on a watch list. And this app will tell you the history of the price, the prediction of when it will be cheaper or when it's gonna increase in price. That way you have a window of when to get your flights. I'm a big fan of booking one ways. That way I have more freedom to move around when I travel and I'm not tied up to a fixed return time and airport and country, and that for that sake. For accommodation, I normally use hotels.com and Airbnb or hostels. It depends on the location, if I'm traveling alone, how long I'm going to be in the country. All those factors influences in my decision to pick what type of accommodation I will be using. For car rentals, I do tend to drive in every country that I visit. I love driving, I love road trips, so I normally use Hertz. Hertz has been a good company for me personally. This is not a paid commercial or anything like that, but it is the company that I have used the most. This question is a little bit complicated because I do intend to travel to every country in the world, but I always try to have my travel planning in a way that makes sense and hitting new countries on my way or every time that I have the opportunity. My rule of thumb is about 2 nights per city. Having 2 nights is enough time to sightsee during the day. If you like nightlife, you can experience nightlife and have the other night to rest before you move on. For currency exchange, I always recommend traveling with a little bit of cash from your own country, but when you get to your destination, pulling cash for the ATM at the airport. If for some reason you miss the ATM at the airport, you can find exchange houses around the town or the city, and normally those places have better exchange rate than the exchange rate at the airport. In all the countries that I've been, there has been a few occasions where a language barrier has been an issue. But nowadays we have phones, we have translators and our phones. And most countries that I have visited over my 30 country journey, English has worked perfectly. So I do recommend. It's a lot of countries speak English. Definitely I feel like it's recognized worldwide. I've been lucky enough that I have never experienced any issues with food. I do think that I have very strong stomach, I would say. Quizás no. But if you have a delicate stomach, keep it safe, be smart about it, ask, research, inform yourself of the country that you're gonna go visit about the food and the type of cuisine and what is the cultural situation around it. Another suggestion is to stick to what you know. If you're not really adventurous, not everyone's open to try new things. So if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. That would be my best advice. Another advice is learn how to say no. It sounds weird, but when you run into countries that street vendors are famous for, just say no. No thank you, and most importantly, never take the item. Do not grab the item. Once you grab the item, it will be really, really hard to give it back without buying it. This is a great question. I personally travel with, basic medicines just in case of any emergency. I do not use any travel insurance or anything like that. And so far, I've been lucky enough that I haven't needed it. But I always carry, Tylenols and any type of medicine that will help me to get through maybe like a flu or a cold while I'm traveling. And that's Travel Fam. It's how you pack. And don't forget, I'm about to go on a trip, so more episodes will be coming. And if you want to keep up with my daily adventures, follow me on Instagram. That's where I keep my day-to-day adventures. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching.